Okay, we're doing a demonstration of Amplitude Sweep in AudioTools, which is available as an in-app purchase. And it is designed primarily as a line input test function. However, I did want to show the setup that I'm using to demonstrate it, which for simplicity, I've just plugged a pair of headphones into the output jack, and I'm going to be using the microphone of iFace for the first part of the test. For the second part, we'll do a different setup, and that will include just patching the input to the output on iAudioInterface. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and demonstrate Amplitude Sweep. And as you can see, I've got the sweep time set to 7 seconds. We can go up to a 30-second sweep, and the longer the sweep, the more accuracy, especially at the low frequencies. But for purposes of demonstration, this will serve. And so all we do is go ahead and push the play button, which starts the sweep. And the thing is here, there's no filtering on the input, so that's why this is primarily designed as a line input function where there's not room acoustics interacting or background noise. But what you can see is we've got a sweep of the input. We can use a cursor and look at any frequency on there. And then we can also apply smoothing after the fact, which is non-destructive, so we can have a look at that. Again, we can zoom the frequency scale and as well zoom the dB scale, and of course double tap at any time to bring it back. So what if you want to do a sweep of just a limited frequency range? Well, that's really easy. Just go ahead and zoom the frequency scale to reflect the range you want to study. So I've set it there for a couple hundred to about 5K. I'm going to go ahead and run that one. And that's our sweep. If I double tap to bring it in, obviously there's no data before or after that point. Now the save and recall features are very powerful in this module. So if I go into the save and recall module, and let's go ahead and store this one. And of course we have to give it a name. Say test, store, and let's go ahead and recall that one. And now that appears on the screen in yellow. So let's go ahead and record another sweep on top of that. And we'll just, maybe use similar range of frequency, but not quite the same. It doesn't have to match. And there we can see the reference curve and the current curve. We also have difference mode available. And if that's turned on, then we can easily see the difference of the two graphs in this case dBu. Now you notice back on the setup page we can pick different units such as volts RMS if we want. And that changes the scale to read in volts, which could be very useful for this function. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch the inputs. Okay, now we've plugged a balanced cable from the input to the output of iAudioInterface, and we go ahead and selected line as the input source and mid-range, and we'll leave volts as our units. And we're going to go ahead and run this sweep. And of course we don't hear anything, and as well I can talk while this is going on because it's a voltage only. And you can see, as you'd expect, the voltage reading is really flat, 20 to 20K of iAudioInterface, and that is in units of volts, and we can of course switch to units of decibels, and we also see things very flat there. So again, we can do save and recall, difference mode, and all the normal features that we have in AudioTools. So that's a demonstration of the Amplitude Sweep module in AudioTools.